The next concept is what I call status. Now, as human beings, we are very driven by this idea of status or hierarchy. It's part of being a mammal. In a mammalian world, there's going to always be a leader of the pack, and there'll be a pecking order all the way down the rank, down to the runt of the litter. Now, it doesn't matter what stage of that litter or that ladder you're in. The fact is, whenever two or more human beings get together, they will unconsciously jostle for position to find out where in that pecking order they exist. Now, you can even forget political correctness, because even in so-called flat structures, wherever everyone is meant to be equal, you will find people organizing themselves unconsciously into the same kind of hierarchies, and these hierarchies will tend to stick. Now, just because there's a hierarchy doesn't mean that people take advantage of each other or are impolite to each other. Not at all. But it does mean that the person at the top of the hierarchy will be listened to more, will be valued or esteemed more highly, and will be argued with less than the person at the bottom of that hierarchy. At this point, everyone wants to become the leader of the pack, the alpha male, the dominant one. And there are absolutely advantages. The greatest one, of course, is, other than not being argued with as much, is the fact that you'll be valuable just by your presence. Much like the beautiful woman in our previous example, the very fact that you're there as a leader, the alpha male of the pack, will already be providing value. However, I want you to consider that being lower down the pecking order also has great value. It doesn't matter where you are in that pecking order. What matters is what position you take in accordance with what the interaction requires. Taking a lower status position on purpose is what I call the Columbo Approach. You in essence become like an apprentice figure looking up to the person with all the skills. This, by the way, is a great way to get other people to open up to you. In particular, if they have got a specific skill or a bit of information that you want, it's very useful to take the apprentice position, to use the Columbo Approach, to come in almost bumbling and saying, hey, you are wonderful, all these things that you do, because it will open them up to want to share more things with you as well. Now, just because you take the apprentice position doesn't mean that you lose your self-respect, your dignity, and become a spineless yes man. Not at all. There are millions of people around the world who are taking the Columbo approach and using it very successfully, including business people who get better deals because the other person just seems to like them. So this is a very powerful approach, and really what matters is not whether you're the leader or the apprentice. What matters is how does the interaction, the nature of the interaction get affected by what position you adopt. I'm going to encourage you to learn to take both positions and know when you're being higher status than the other person and knowing how to lower your status so you come to a more balanced place. This concept is encapsulated by Rudyard Kipling in his poem If, when he said, "If you can walk with kings, yet never lose the common touch." You have to be able to walk in both worlds, high status and low status, in order to have the flexibility to become a great conversationalist. You take the position the conversation needs of you, and not the one that your ego demands that you should be adopting.
To continue with the rest of the training, click the link in the description box to download the rest of the videos for free.